Excuse me, waiter. Yeah, I think I will have another. Thank you. Hey everybody, it's TF Renegade, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series MTMTE Collection Optimus Prime. This is the Optimus Prime who was featured in the War for Cybertron video game from 2010. And before we look at this figure, we got to take a look at his box. So right away, we can see we got some nice artwork right here of Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And then we got his vehicle mode right there. The artwork kind of continues right over here on the side. On the other side, we got his robot mode too. You can see that on the back. We got his render. Looks really nice. And then got a little picture from the game. Looks really good. And yeah, that's about it for the box. Not much going on there. So starting off in Optimus Prime's robot mode, we can see how great this figure looks, especially with the new MTMTE paint on him. I think it really brings the figure out a little more, even though it's just a few paint differences from the Gamer Edition, but it still really helps this figure out on an already great toy. I think it's a great representation of how he looked in the game. I love the beefy design on this guy. He just looks like a big angry gorilla, so you just know that he could whoop some Decepticons with like no problem. And I wish we would get an Earth mode, like it's just an Earth beefy Optimus Prime. I think that would just look really, really cool. So yeah, you can see that. And then on his head, we can see that it's the same head design, but he does have extra paint right there on his mouth plate. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little red line right there. So that looks really cool. But aside from that, a lot of that's the same. He does have new windows on the front. They're a darker shade of gray, and he's got little red line going through there. You can see that. So that looks really cool. I like that a lot. He does have battle damage. So right here on his shoulder and on this shoulder, you can see how they glisten right there in the light. And it's in the middle of his chest and right up here. So you can see that right there. It looks pretty good. He's got some paint under here. You know, he's got silver paint right there. Nothing right here. That's just gray plastic. But he does have paint on his crotch. Just normal plastic on his legs. I'm pretty sure these are the same colors from the other version. We'll look at it later, but I'm sure the red and the blue are exactly the same. So, I mean, a lot of this is the same from the Gamer Edition, except right here. That's new, this new paint right in here. So there's that. And then on the back, you know, he's got a little backpack going on, but I like that. It complements the chunky design, so I'm okay with that. And I think it does look really, really solid. So yeah, that's it for his robot mode. So for his accessories, Optimus comes with a battle axe, and it looks really, really nice. You can see how good that looks with the paint. It's actually fully painted this time because last time it was just half painted. You can see the differences there. I actually think that the new one slides into his hand a lot better than this one. This one's kind of a pain, but this one slides in really nice, and I like that. And if you want to, you can go ahead and crack that bad boy open, make it a double. So you can see that looks really nice. I like that a lot. And then when it comes to his gun, it's exactly the same. There's no difference at all. I wish they would mold in a way for him to hold the weapon in his hand, but they decided not to do that. And all you have to do is tear off his little hand here and then stick on that gun. It looks really nice on him. I like that. And then, of course, we got to whip his chest open and, whoa, it's the Matrix. And it's exactly the same as the old one. See that there? No difference at all. So for articulation, Optimus can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around. If you want him to, he can look up in the air, he can look down upon you, you can lift his arm out all the way, you can rotate it all the way. You might get it clipped on this bumper right here, but I don't think you'll have too much of a problem. He does have a bicep swivel, which is excellent. He has an elbow bend, which is great. He has a wrist rotation, which is so awesome because again, it's becoming rare on a lot of figures, so it's good to have that. He has a waist rotation, which is always great. It is kind of loose, though. I did notice that this is a lot looser than the other version, the Gamer Edition, so just, you know, keep that in mind. You can kick his leg forward all the way like so. You can kick it back just about to there. It gets caught, so you can't go back anymore. He has a thigh rotation, which is great. He can bend at the knee, which is a 10 out of 10 on the knee bend. And he has feet rockers, so you can make him stand any way you please. So for comparison, let's go ahead and bring in the Gamer Edition of Optimus Prime, and we can see how they look together, and you know, they look really good. I like both of them a lot, and in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, if you have the Gamer Edition already, you don't need to upgrade to MTMTE. But if you do want to do that, be my guest. I'm not telling you not to, because like I said, both are really good figures, but I have no problems with the original. I think the paint on him still is fine. But if you weren't able to get the figure, I mean, this is a great chance to pick up the mold with some better colors on it. So there you go. And then we'll bring in the 2010 mold. I've got the 3-pack version from when they did that back then, but you can see he's a little more slender, and I like that design for him, but I'm a Chunktimus Prime guy. I like the chunk on Optimus. I think that really looks good, but both of them have their own little unique personality, and I like that a lot. So there's that, and then we'll bring in Bumblebee from Gamer Edition. You can see how these two look together. So there's that. Looks pretty good. And then we also have Ironhide from Gamer Edition, so we'll slap him in there. You can see they're about the same height. Look pretty good. And then, of course, we got to bring in his enemy. We got Megatron with the MTMTE collection. And they look really nice together. I like that a lot. So you got that. And then, of course, we got Optimus Prime, so we got to bring in the behemoth himself, Studio Series 86 Optimus. Well, we got to back up a little bit, too. So there we go. Now you can see how they look together. And he's a smaller guy, but, I mean, they still look really nice together. And I like that chunkiness, like I said. But, yeah, there you go. So here we have Optimus Prime in his Cybertronian truck mode, and you can see how much of a beast this guy is, man. He is a tank, and I love that a lot for Optimus Prime. I think this looks really, really good, especially because it looks really close to his game model, so I think they did a really good job on that. But I like the colors. I like the blue on here. I like the red. I think these are the same from the old version, so there's not much of a difference there. His tires do have a nice dark gray in here with some red outlines on it, which looks really good, and they spin really well, so you can see how that looks. The front, he's got some nice silver here. His windows are a nice dark gray. But, you know, I gotta say my problems with this, and the windows in the front are still not straight. I don't know why they can't fix these windows, and it sucks because the gray, like, colors look really good, and it's just, it's like, why, guys? Why can't we get this right? But it is what it is. And then on the back, I mean, still with this, we still got this problem. And I thought we were done with this. Like, we fixed this on the IDW version of this mold in that 2-pack they did. I thought they fixed this. And then Perceptor from MTMTE also has, like, bits covered up. So I don't know why we couldn't do it with him. It seems like such an easy fix, too. So it's like, why do we still have this problem? But, you know, it is what it is. But you could stick some weapons on him, I guess, if you want to. You could take his axe. He's got a little 5mm port. You could stick it right there if you want to on the side. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. And then you can also take his gun. It fits up here on the top. He's got 2 little slots if you can get it in. Oh, I'm sorry, back here. I was putting it in the wrong spot. You could put it back here, and maybe these. I think I was thinking about this. No, I don't think that fits in there. Nope. Okay, I'm just crazy. It's back here. That's it. But yeah, you could do that if you want to. So for comparison, let's go ahead and start off with the original Gamer Edition. You can see how they look. Honestly, I think the old silver on this looks better, but, you know, that's just my opinion. But, you know, the windows still just look really goofy with it not being completely straight. It is what it is, and now that I'm looking at it, it looks like a big nose. It just looks like a big old honker in the front there, and it's just weird. So you got that. I mean, the blue and the reds are the same. There's not much of a difference there. So you got that, and then back, it's the same problem. So you got that right there. And then we'll bring in the 2010 version. You know, mine's a different paint scheme, but you get the gist on the size. I like how big the new one is, but, you know, I like the old one too. I'm missing the bumper since this is the one I had as a kid, but it's the price we got to pay for playing. They actually cleaned up the back of this a lot better than the new one, so you got that. But I guess the price was the having the legs stick out like that. But they both have their own little personality, and I like both of them a lot, especially the front. I think they did a better job on the old version, so you got that. And then we'll look at Bumblebee. Let's go ahead and slap Mr. Bumblebee in here, and you can see how they look together, and I like that a lot. They look good. And then we'll stick Ironhide in here, and holy crap. I didn't realize how big he was. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I had him out. Jeez. But there you go on Ironhide. We'll also look at Megatron, MTMTE Megatron here, and you can see how they look. So there you have that. And then we'll look at the behemoth himself, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, and you can see how they look together. They look pretty good. So to close things out on Studio Series MTMTE Optimus Prime, I think it's a win. I think this is a really good figure, especially if you didn't get the figure before. I think it's a great chance to pick him up, especially with some good colors on him. But if you like the old version, I think Hasbro Pulse is still selling it. So you do have options when it comes to it. But I suggest the mold. I like this toy a lot. And like I said before, if you have the original Gamer Edition, you don't really have to upgrade. There's not much of a difference. But if you do want something closer to the game, you have an option to do it. And I'm not going to judge you for it. I think, it's personal preference, really. So, and he comes with fun accessories. I like the axe and the gun, and it's always good to get a Matrix. So, yeah, I mean, for the collector's rating, I'm going to give him a 9.5. He's close to a 10, but he's just not there. I mean, it's mostly the vehicle mode. If the vehicle mode was perfect, I could give him a 10, but he's just not there, so I got to give him a 9.5 because he is a really good toy. He's got tight joints, he's got good articulation, he's got fun accessories, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed with him. And he's got good size. I mean, he is a good height. He's got a lot of mass to him. I mean, it's a really good figure, and I like him a lot, and I think you will too. For the parents rating, I'm going to give him a 9. I think he's a really good, awesome Optimus Prime, and I think kids are going to love him. The game is dated, like I said in the Megatron video, since it hasn't been re-released, but this design just stands the test of time, and I think kids will still enjoy it because it looks really cool, and he's easy to transform, but he does have small accessories with the Matrix, so you got to watch out for that. But aside from that, I mean, it's a solid toy. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe and leave those comments, guys. I love reading your guys' comments because that's the most important part of these videos. The community's thoughts on these figures. Do you love him? Do you hate him? Or do you feel kind of meh about him? So go ahead and leave those comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.